Argentina Economic System Minister, IMF deal architect, quits as authorities crisis builds Buenos Aires. Argentina's Financial System Minister Martin Guzman, the architect of a recent important debt deal with the International Monetary Fund (IMF), resigned on Saturday as deep splits emerged inside the ruling coalition over how to take care of mounting financial crises. Guzman, a minister since late 2019 and a close best friend of President Alberto Fernandez, posted a letter on Twitter NYSE, TWTR, saying his choice, including he maintained confidence in my vision of the course Argentina have to follow. The center-left Peronist president is facing his lowest approval rating when you consider that taking office in 2019, with cracks in his coalition, inflation running above 60%, the peso currency beneath developing stress and sovereign bonds at record lows. Guzman, a mild, had clashed with effective Vice President Cristina Fernández de Kirchner, a militant Twitter-term former president, who has criticized his handling of the economy and referred to as for extra spending to alleviate high poverty ranges. The resignation leaves the ministry leaderless simply as Guzman changed into anticipated to travel to Europe to barter a $2 billion debt cope with the Paris Club of Sovereign Creditors. It additionally deals a blow to Fernandez's weakening power base. It is the chronicle of a demise foretold, mentioned Mariel Fornoni, director of the Management and Fit consultancy, including that a painful loss in midterm elections' final year for the government had hurt President Fernandez badly. Now he has misplaced any other piece of his board, possibly the maximum important, and as an increasing number of on my own. Investors, already jittery about the U.S.'s monetary outlook, have driven bonds down toward 20 cents on the greenback in latest weeks. All eyes now may be on Guzman's alternative. Guzman, 39, said, "There need to be a political agreement inside the governing coalition to pick his successor." The president's office mentioned that it did now not yet understand when an alternative for Guzman might be announced. Fernandez had summoned members of his cabinet and allies to an emergency meeting, one authorities source stated. The president deeply regrets the selection but respects it. He is analyzing his next choices, said some other government source with know-how of the matter. Two economy ministry officials, asking now not to be named, mentioned that Guzman's role had grown to be untenable, especially without guide for his monetary agenda. He couldn't continue without the tools and with Vice President Cristina Fernández de Kirchner against him, one of the two people mentioned. When matters are now not viable, it's far an act of responsibility to leave. Guzman tellingly published his resignation letter at the same time as Fernández de Kirchner changed into giving a speech commemorating iconic former Argentine President Juan Domingo Perón. Miguel Kigel, former Secretary of Finance in Argentina, informed that whoever takes over could have a hard time, noting that inflation ought to hit 80% this year and there is an opening of nearly 100% among professional and parallel trade fees. "We do not know who's coming, but this can be a totally hot potato," Kigel mentioned. "Whoever comes goes to have a totally complex time." Guzman become the riding force in sealing a brand new $44 billion deal with the IMF in advance this 12 months to replace a failed application from 2018. However, he turned into not able to tamp down sky-high inflation, exacerbated by way of the war in Ukraine, whilst hovering power import expenses have hit the USA's currency reserves.